What's up, guys? What is going on? MikeCesSr checking in once again. If you are new to the channel, welcome. We are going down and down and down some more. Let's let a couple people jump in here first. Listen, I had a short open last night. Like I said, right before I ended the stream last night, I think we were sitting at right around 6,400, and I had said that I was going to open a short with the stop loss set, and that's exactly what I did. And I'm up. You know, it sucks seeing the price go down. What's up, Scott? How you doing, man? It sucks seeing the price go down, but at the same time, you got to learn how to make money while it goes down. And that's just the most, you know, that's what you got to do, unfortunately. You know, it is what it is. I want to talk about some of the reasons on why I think the price is starting to decline and why I think the price is not like kicking back as fast as it used to do. Because before, you know, we used to get these big drops and it kind of was like a rubber band effect where it kind of hit these supports and kind of just bounced right back up. And we were able to get a lot more volatility in trading. Crypto, what's up, man? How you doing? But I think, you know, doing more and more research and looking more into the price of Bitcoin and the manipulation, you know, a lot of big banks don't want to see crypto succeed. We all know that. You know, that's not something that's not known. Obviously, it's a threat to big banks, and you know, by banks not allowing users to purchase crypto with credit. You know, Wells Fargo just cut off their credit usage on the purchases of cryptocurrency or any other, or Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency. And the more and more banks are doing that, and they're kind of like looking at the price of Bitcoin and saying, I think we're onto something. You know, the price is kind of still going down. You know, and the fear and undoubt, the FUD that we like to say, is getting much more substantial. And I think the banks are going to keep implementing these tactics in order to drive the price down, in order to ultimately either get rid of I don't think they're ever going to be able to get rid of it, but to kind of scare the investor away, to scare the investor that's in a Charles Schwab account, you know, that had thoughts of getting into cryptocurrency that, you know, is starting to change their mind a little bit because they see that Bitcoin's price is plummeting, and they don't really understand and know the research and have done the due diligence and finding out why the price is plummeting. But, you know, the banks know that. They're smart. They have teams of just hundreds of, you know, thousands and thousands of teams, members on their teams that specifically work on situations like this, on how to knock off threats to their corporations. So, I don't know. I could go on that forever, man. But the bottom line is, you know, I'm used to seeing these big drops and then at least a little bounce in price. But we're not seeing any bounces at these support levels. I think that $6,000 mark, guys, is going to be a very, very interesting area of support. And that's, to me anyway, once we hit that $6,000 area, that's really going to determine whether or not we're going to, you know, these 4 to 5K areas that people are talking about. Because if we do not see a bounce at 6K, and I'm talking about a substantial bounce, at least 500, and I'm talking a $500 to $600 bounce when it does hit 6,000. I think we're in for a long summer. But again, you know, that does not mean you can't short. I've been shorting since last week, you know, and I've been making, you know, it's not the money that I'm talking about, because I've been making more money these last couple weeks than I've been making in the market since when the market is healthy. all of you guys know that have been watching me for a while know that myself, I make most of my money shorting. The last Scott says the last BTC fail went to 5,800. Yeah, 5,800, 6,000. You're right. So, you know, as much as I do not like seeing the price drop down like this, I'm still making, I'm making money. I'm doing fine. But overall, I want this to be adopted to the mainstream, and I want crypto to be, and I want people to be able to jump into cryptocurrency and feel comfortable doing so without having to worry about the volatility and you know, if they're going to be losing money. But it's important to tell those people, you know, and I'm talking to everybody that's watching. If you have family members that want to get involved, it's very important to tell them what projects to get involved in and what projects not to get involved in. You know, stay away from projects like TRX and stay away from, you know, and listen, that's just my opinion. For anybody that's holding TRX, that wasn't that I'm not saying it's a shit project or anything, but to me, it's not a long-term hold for me. You know, try to stick with the top 3 for right now, especially when we're in positions like this, where we really don't know where the market's heading. You know, Litecoin's at $99 right now. When is, you know, the last time I saw Litecoin around these areas was in December when Bitcoin was at $20,000. You know, let's check it out really quick. Let's go into Litecoin. It's moved down to the 6th spot in CoinMarketCap. It's at $91.80, down 12% today. And you know, usually before we'd be able to click on this button here, buy instantly, and you could usually buy with a credit card, but a lot of banks now are getting rid of that. And they're getting rid of that because they know, they know that if they get rid of the credit card purchases, the amount of money that's going to be infused in the cryptocurrency market is going to be cut in half. People that usually or normally would be able to go out and get $10,000 worth of crypto now have to take out of their debit account, and they can no longer take credit unless they go take a cash loan out, and then, you know, but that's just a lot of work and you're paying a lot of fees. So banks know what they're doing right now. So Wells Fargo is saying, we're cutting off this credit. It's going to have an effect on the market because, you know, people are not going to be buying and infusing or taking, you know, purchasing crypto with credit. That's just it's going to. Let's look at some of the comments. What's up, Rich? Scott, what's going on? PR Crypto, what's up? In the house. Crypto Hero, what's up, man? How you doing? Rich says he's 5 times long. Was the low last time? Yeah, 6,000. That's what I thought, Rich. On Binance anyway. Solid team. It's a shit project. What are you talking about? What was the last low time? Are you guys talking about LTC being a shit project? Solid team, blah, blah. Yeah, so, you know, Litecoin really, honestly, guys, to me anyway, was kind of like the little brother of Bitcoin when it first kind of was forked, right? And this whole idea that they had of doing the light pay, I thought that was a great idea, and I thought it was going to work. But then once they raised all that money and they created all this buzz, and you know, I really hate when these companies announce that a project is not going to go down the day before. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're really going to announce the day before that these projects aren't going to be launched anymore? That's bullshit. So let's take. Listen, I could go on with these rants forever. Let's take a look at the. The technical analysis aspect of these coins, where I think they are going, and we'll take a look at a couple of charts. Anything that you guys want to take a look at, just throw them down in the chat box, and I will be more than happy to take a look at them. So right now with BTC, guys, I'm seeing, you know, just a big drop with a possible bounce to the upside. Now, the reason I say that is let's go over to the 4-hour chart. And we have 2.5 hours left in the 4-hour chart. So we do have some support right at that $6,000 mark. It's going to be very crucial what happens when we do hit that 6,000. Whether we get a bounce, and like I said, when the bounce does occur, and if it does occur, I really, really want to see a $500 to $600 bounce when it does touch that $6,000 price point. If it's not able to do that, then we have to kind of recalculate. We have to kind of reset and go and play it from there and kind of recalculate our strategy, because right now my strategy is to purchase BTC and a lot of other altcoins when it does hit that $6,000 area. And if we don't see a significant bounce, then I'm going to go back to the drawing board and simply just restructure what I had in mind. TRX, when Charlie Lee sold his LTC, I lost faith. You're absolutely right, Charles. I mean, listen, he didn't do that for no reason. He's not a dumb guy. He's not an idiot. That should have been a huge sign right there to get the F out of Litecoin. For the founder of Litecoin to sell his stock, basically, it shows that he lost faith in the project, and it shows that something internally that he couldn't announce publicly was going down, because, obviously you can catch charges if you do announce any type of news inside the company that will have an impact on the price of the stock or the price of the crypto. So, he got out. He knew something was going down internally. He sold out his positions, and that should have been a sign to all of us that were holding Litecoin to get out. And the second sign should have been the failure of their late pay, and then them announcing it the day before. That's bullshit. So there was a lot of red flags in Litecoin, and that's always stuff to just keep in mind, guys, and be aware of in the future. So listen, let's get back to BTC and the chart. From what I see right now, we do have some support at that $6,000 range, but what I really want to see, guys, is I want to see a bounce, at least a $500 bounce. And now the reason why I say that is because, so we go to 6, let's go, so the reason why I say that is because, we want to see orders put in place down at that area, right? And if there is enough orders to kind of get a little bit of a turnaround, that will cause a lot of the altcoins to pick up a little bit of steam, and you guys can either decide whether or not to sell your positions and break even on some of your buys that you have purchased in the last couple of days, or you can hold them long term and see what happens. You know what I mean? Like I said, I do have a lot of different accounts that I play with, and I have a long-term account, a swing trade account, and I have another account that I do my shorting with, my margin trading with. So that's what I'm hoping to see with BTC. Is it going to happen? I don't know. Right now, it's very hard to do TA on a coin that is acting like this. You can do your, and I was just watching an Elliott Wave expert, and even he was saying that, it's kind of off the table right now. We're in a situation that a lot could happen. Anything could really happen. So what I'm hoping for is to get a bounce at this 6,000 up to the 6,500 and continue to maybe consolidate and work our way back up to start testing these EMAs. So let's take a look at EOS. I know a lot of you guys have been wanting to take a look at EOS. We broke out of this I guess you can call it a bear flag, a bull flag, but we will call it a wedge. It broke right out of this wedge and just continued to plummet. This was, there's a lot of FUD being spread about EOS right now. The main net, but the blockchain, there's a lot of what ifs right now with EOS. Let's take a look. So EOS experimental launch might be putting investor money at risk. And it's good to see. What do you trust with your private key? That's the question that may be on the minds of EOS token holders who, while incentivized to help the much anticipated technology finally go live, haven't yet done so. Why is EOS not live yet? What is going on with that? That's EOS blockchain is locked in a middle ground between launched and live. That results on the willingness of users to complete that process. The issue is that in order to vote, users have to prove that they hold their tokens in a certain wallet. And that's a process that requires the use of their private keys. Now, I don't know about you, but I do not give my private keys to anybody. There's one person that I give my keys to, and that's my mother. In the case of me walking across the street tonight and getting hit by a car, there is certain reasons why you need to give your private keys to people, because when you're dealing with a lot of money in your portfolio, and if something happens to you, you guys know just as well as me how hard it is to get into an account. And especially if somebody doesn't know how to move around money within the blockchain, you know what I mean? I have a box that is in a very safe spot for her that has all my private keys and the one person that I trust with my life to contact and walk her through whether to take those funds out or continue the investment. So EOS is wanting you to get your main to put your private keys out as incentive. I don't like that. So as such, it seems that while users are eager to take part, they are nervous that the tools that would enable them to vote might put their holdings at risk. So what is the point of voting? Why do they need to vote? Why do you want to vote? Are you guys seeing any value in voting? I know that if you're voting, you're eligible for the airdrops, blah, blah, blah. But you have to ask yourself, is it really worth putting your portfolio at risk in order to put a freaking vote in? I don't give my private keys to Dick. I do not give my private keys to anybody, to anything. I just don't do it. As detailed by CoinDesk, the only voting software that has been subjected to third-party security review is Cleos, a command line tool issued by the creators of EOS. Block.1. However, is the agreed technical blah blah. Yeah, so that's how I think about EOS. That's what I think about EOS right now. I'm starting to get sketched out by it. So I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who's waiting until there's 100% safety in terms of putting private keys into new wallets. So that's what he's saying, and that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting this thing out. I'm waiting. I don't care if it takes months. I am waiting this thing out. I'm going to see where EOS goes. I'm going to see what happens. But for now, I'm shorting it. You know what I mean? Why not? Because the more and more fear and undoubt and bad news that comes out about EOS in this process of launching their blockchain is going to drive the price down. And having an open short in EOS during this whole process, to me, is, I don't know, that's how I'm rolling. That's how I'm going to make my money for this month. I could be completely wrong. Tomorrow the price could jump up to $20 a token, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm shorting based on this news that's being spread on EOS, and until they actually have a working product and everything is put in place and everything is done, I have no interest in holding them long term. I am simply shorting them. That's it. Backing up to help for it to understand private keys needed. Let's move on. So any questions, anything you guys want me to take a look at real quick? We will take a look at crypto slate. We got a market cap right now sitting at oh my gosh, guys, $266 billion market cap. We were at 290 yesterday. What happened? We are slowly climbing down, man. We are slowly climbing down, and we are getting wiped off the face of the earth right now. And it's, you know, listen, I know, listen, my attitude is probably very, very negative, and I apologize about that. I'm not trying to spread FUD. I'm not trying to be that guy who's saying crypto's going to hell. I don't think that. I think Bitcoin is overall going to be and is going to test the highs that it was previously at. But right now, there's just a lot of news that's being put up against it that's not helping the price at all. There's a lot of stuff coming out right now that's trying to hurt crypto in general. Time to accumulate. Perfect, man. Scott, I couldn't agree with you anymore. You know, right now is the time to accumulate. There's a lot of coins that I hold long term, like Binance coin. And guys, have you noticed Bitcoin's dropped $500 in the last day? It's dropped over $2,000 in the last week. And Binance coin is just sitting, just going like this. That's what Binance coin is doing. Sitting there, just looking around. Oh, Verge, what's up? What's up? Hey, Verge, what's up, bro? Yeah, I remember when we used to chill. Hey, take care, man. Binance coin is looking around. Oh, Neo, what's up, Neo? Yeah, oh, bro, I remember when you were at 147. Things must be tough, but hey, hang in there, buddy. Hang in there. Still walking down the street, Binance coin is just doing his thing. And I love seeing that because overall, I just think it's a you know, you got to use, and the more and more they tether, the more that they allow USDT to be tethered with other projects on their exchange, you know, the more people that are going to start using BNB, especially in a time like this right now, right? It's very nice to see the USD value that you're making in your portfolio, you know, because and that's what the tethering of a lot of these projects are allowing us to do. So hopefully down the line, within the next month or two, Binance supports and Tether supports most of their projects, so you can tether in and out of a lot of their top 20 coins. And I'm hoping that's the case, because then you could see the dollar amount that you're making. Who else is short in EOS? Let's see some of the top movers of the day. We're going to wrap this up in a little bit. Probably another 10 minutes. There's no green today, guys. There's just no green. Not even in the last 7 days, man. There's no green in the last 7 days. If you guys were to get into a short 7 days ago, you would be chilling right now. You'd be in, well, not Hawaii. Hawaii's getting smoked. But let's just say Florida, you know? I'm from the East Coast. I'm up where it's constantly, the weather's not always the best, but Florida's a nice little getaway for us. You know, you'd be down in Florida right now, kicking up with a pina colada, chilling, with a couple of Colombian chicks on the side of you, just, you know, feeding you grapes. But, you know, opening up a short position 7 days ago would you'd be looking good right now. And I think the opportunity to short right now is kind of over. That's behind us. Right now, we have to wait to see what happens at that $6,000 mark. Whether we get a bounce from there or whether we continue to plummet through it. I think either way, I just want to check something here. Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart for XBT, and I want to take a look at what happened when it hit 7,000. So it blew through 7,000, which is really, really, you know. So that's crazy, man. But listen, guys, we are going to end this stream. Again, not much to talk about. I'm not going to come on here and just blabber. That's basically what I did today. So thank you guys for tuning in. We are going to be doing another giveaway. Where's my... It's the 13th of June. So, July 15th, we are going to be doing another giveaway. The details will be released later on in the week. But make sure you guys hit that subscribe. Hit that like button. Hit that dislike button. Turn on post notifications so you guys do know when I'm going live. And thank you guys for the support. Keep on trading. Make that money. And keep, stay hungry. I'll talk to you guys soon.